Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today we're going to be making triple vanilla brownies. And to get this recipe, you just need to go to potspansandpioneers.com. There's no spam. We're not collecting your email to print off the recipe. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get our stove on a medium heat. And we're going to be using a organic real butter, unsalted. And these are triple vanilla brownies. You could use vanilla chips if you wanted to. I'm going to be using the organic white chocolate squares, and I'm just going to break them in half. I may cut them in half again. Whoops. I'm going to keep our fire on a medium-low or low-medium, kind of in the middle, because we're just wanting to melt this. We're not really wanting to cook it. I'm going to break those in half. So this will kind of be a slow melt. And the smaller, I guess, if you had chips in here, it would melt even faster. I'm out of chips, but you could also use the white chocolate chips that you can buy at any of the organic candy stores, or Whole Foods carries vanilla chips as well. And I'm doing 6 6-ounce squares, or they're 1-ounce squares a piece. So if you want it to be more chocolatey, you could absolutely add more chocolate. Okay. Now, we're going to let this melt. And I'm going to make sure it's getting all nice and melty in here. These are also called Blondies. You might have heard them being called Blondies. I've always called them vanilla brownies, but people do call them Blondies. And these are going to be a little different because we're going to put a frosting on these. And most Blondies don't have frosting. Okay, we'll be back once this is all melted and we're ready to go on to the next step. Okay, our chocolate and butter is just about melted. You're going to notice that this looks kind of, well, I don't know any other word other than clabbery. It looks kind of clabbery. But, excuse me, what we don't want is the butter to change colors. Because, of course, this is a blondie, or a vanilla brownie. And we don't need them to be a different color. So I'm going to pour Let's see if I can get the camera over here. Make sure I get the camera so you can see. I'm going to pour this into an ice cold bowl. And the reason it needs to be ice cold is because it will cool this mixture down faster. We want it to cool down because we're going to be adding eggs, and you don't want eggs in here if it's warm or even hot, because our eggs will absolutely cook if we don't have everything cooled down. Okay, I'm going to let this cool for about 10 minutes and I'll be back and we'll finish out the triple vanilla brownies. Okay, our butter and white chocolate has cooled, and as you can see, it looks kind of what I call clabbery. It's not. It's actually a really good sign that this is looking like it is. I'm going to go ahead and add the flour and salt to this and mix it up, as well as the sugar. Now you could use a mixer if you wanted to, but it would be on an extremely low speed because you really want to incorporate all of this, and you're not trying to put air into this mixture. You're really just trying to, here are my eggs I'm going to be putting in. You're just trying to get it to be all incorporated. You're really, sometimes the mixing machines, they add a lot of air into products. So for this particular recipe, we're not trying to add any air. Now, I need to add some vanilla. I'm going to eyeball it, but it'll be about a teaspoon of vanilla. Obviously, these are vanilla brownies, so we need it to taste like vanilla. Okay. So these is all mixed up, and I'm going to pour this into, this is a 9x13 pan. Make sure I get all this goodness out of there. So you've got sugar, flour, salt, vanilla, white chocolate, and eggs. And this will serve 6 to 8 people. And sadly, they're not in the low calorie because I'm used to pure cane sugar. Okay, we're going to get these into a 350-degree oven, and we're going to bake them for 25 minutes to 30 minutes. And when they come out, I'll walk you through the glaze that goes on top, the frosting that goes on top of them. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so I have mixed up the frosting for the brownies. And all this is powdered sugar, vanilla, a little bit, a half a teaspoon of almond flavoring, and 2 or 3 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of milk. I use whole milk or organic milk. And then about 6 tablespoons of butter. And because the powdered sugar got really messy, I decided not to tape that part of it. But this is the outcome after, mixing it really well. It just looks like vanilla frosting. But it has a a distinct almond. So you could pull back on the almond extract and only put vanilla if you choose or not. I use some almond extract. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pour this over this. The brownies have cooled, and so they're not steaming hot. And this will allow the frosting to set up without, you know, melting, because there's butter in it. We don't want the brownies to be, you know, hot, because obviously that would impede them from having this thick frosting on there. So we're just gonna frost. These, this has got a lot of eggs in it and butter, so definitely store this in the refrigerator. But it is ready to serve at this point. And you could add Cool Whip or whip topping, and grate a little bit of white chocolate on top. For the purposes of the video, I'm going to cut a couple of slices so that you can see the inside of the brownies. And my crew likes big brownies. They don't like little brownie bites. So I'm going to cut these in pretty large pieces. And the frosting, you could make it thinner, or you could make it way thicker than this. This is the consistency that I like to eat it, so. All right. Let me turn this over here. And let's take out one. Let me get a spatula so it's way less easier. Big fork. Oops. And you know, this has got butter in it, so it should absolutely stand up and not stick to the pan. Now, this is refrigerated. You're going to see this, you know, get the frosting to get way thicker than this. But there's the inside of the brownie, and there's the frosting. These are very, very sweet dessert. They're not a savory dessert. And they're great with coffee or tea or anything like that. So anyway, that's it. You can find this recipe on Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. It is super simple to make, and it's ready to go. The following day, you can make this ahead and have it all ready. So give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to our channel for more recipes. And be sure to visit our website at potspansandpioneers.com. Everybody have a great day.